Hi, Cynthialoowho here, and I'm going to show you guys how to make some charms. And I'm going to show you some tricks with wire and what you can do. And I'm using, oh gosh, what gauge is this? I think it's 38 gauge, or I mean 30 gauge or 28 gauge. It's a good wire that your beads can fit on, but it's strong. It's not like too thin. So I'm going to show you a couple of tricks. Let me grab a couple of beads. So usually I don't usually buy clasps. I make my own, but because I'm going to try to do a charm swap, I just figured it will be easier for me to buy some lobster claws. And I used to make jewelry, so I have a ton of beads around. I have a big tackle box full of beads. Okay, so you're going to want about 3 inches, 2.5 inches. And to end, when you're ending your wire so the bead doesn't fall off, there's a couple things you can do. First, there's beads like these drops. And they have a hole that goes all the way through sideways like that. And those ones you just end. I'll show you. So what you're going to do is you're going to make a loop like this. And you're going to bend it like this. Okay? You see what I just did? I can't tell if the light's on it very good. Let's turn the light over here. Okay. So then you'll have a loop like this. Okay, and then you're gonna, before you do anything else, you want to put your drop on. And see, now it's hanging. And then what you're gonna do is you're gonna hold it with your wire pliers, your little teeny ones, and then you're just gonna start bending the wire around it. And don't be nervous when you're doing this, because you can always cut your wire and start over. So now you've got this. Okay? And then you're going to chop this off with your wire cutters. And then take your needle nose and smash that in real good without flattening it out. Okay? So now you've got a drop, and you want it a little more symmetrical, so I'll turn it a little bit like this. There. See? Okay, and sometimes I'll take my pliers and I'll try to flatten the loop out. And then there's your little hanging. And then you can add a bead here, which I'll do real quick. I'll add a big bead, so you'll put a bead on here, just like that. And usually I like my loops to be facing the same way. So since this is going like this, I'm going to have this one go the same way. So I'm going to grab it about 1/8 of an inch above the bead. Okay? And what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull it a little towards me, just like that. Okay? And then I'm going to wrap this piece of wire around that side, and then I'm going to turn it, and I'm going to flip this wire behind it, just so it made that little loop. Okay? And now you're going to grab your wire and you're going to loop it around a couple of times to get that bead in there real tight. And that's what you have now. Okay? I should be just holding it down here better and zoom in. Okay, so now I'm going to clip this off. And then I'm going to pinch this down. And I'm going to straighten this circle out because it's a little crooked. So I'm going to grab it and I'm going to turn it. And then I'm going to take my big needle nose and I'm going to flatten that loop. So that's what you got so far. Now you can also do what do you call those? S-links, which would be easier. That's just the way I usually do mine. And I'll show you that way. That's a lot easier. So you take the very end and you're going to wrap your wire until it meets right there, okay? And then you only ever open them that way. You never pull them open. You never pull them open out. You twist it. Now, here's a drop. And then you're gonna straighten that or close it. And then what you can do is put your wire, your needle nose on just like that, and then pull your wire around, and it's going to make an 8. Okay? So then you'll cut that right here. And close it. There. So there's an S. Okay, and then whenever you want to add another link, you can just pull this out sideways and add another link on.